Welcome to the Metaphysical Manifesting Podcast with intuitive lightworker, national speaker, metaphysical teacher, and best-selling author Lisa Kessler. What is it you want to manifest? Are you looking to increase your income, change careers? Maybe you want to manifest a new home or a new car. Are you ready to bring love into your life? You have come to the right place.
Hello, everyone. I'm so glad you're here today. Today, I want to talk about positive expectations. So a lot of people talk about positivity, and sometimes, to be honest, sometimes it can make you roll your eyes, right? Because sometimes life is messy and things suck. And I am a big believer in feeling your feelings. You do not have to be positive 100% of the time. In fact, I don't think that's healthy. The whole reason that we're here is to learn and grow. And how can you do that if you never allow yourself to feel your feelings? We have them for a reason. So if you are having a bad day, that is a-okay. This podcast is never going to tell you that that's wrong and you're never allowed to be sad or mad or any of those low vibration feelings. However, positive expectations it's not really about forcing yourself to be positive. It's about anticipating something working out. And that is really, it becomes a question of what are you expecting? And when we start thinking about things from that perspective, when we are taking on a new goal or we're eyeballing a new dream and we're a little bit scared, dig into that fear. What are you expecting? Because as a person with anxiety, I have to really gauge that, because a lot of times your anxiety is playing out a million what ifs and none of them are good, right? You might hear your brain going, what if it doesn't work? What if I fail? What if something goes wrong? Sounds familiar, right? Those are the things that go through my anxiety brain at times. But the what ifs really are powerful. But what if they all work out? See the difference? Feel how that feels? What if everything works out? It is a different energy. Remember, every emotion has a vibration. Everything is energy, and energy fuels manifestation. So if your anticipation, if your what if is all rooted in fear, you're actually reinforcing all of that doubt and hesitation and resistance to change. You're enhancing it because the universe is just matching your energy. And if you're running all the what ifs that are terrible, that's a low vibration. It doesn't encourage you to say yes to a new opportunity, right? So what if you shift it? Eager anticipation really is such a powerful manifestation fuel, because the frequency of energy, it's incredibly magnetic. Think about when you were 6 and you were waiting for Christmas morning, the week of Christmas. You're like, oh my God, how will I ever live till I get to open those presents, right? And that kind of energy where you're bouncing around because you can't wait, that is not forcing, it's not controlling, it's eager anticipation. It's that feeling of, I can't wait to see how this works out. You don't have to know how it will, you just know that it will. Or something good is on the way, I can just feel it. You could even put out the thought, I'm open to being surprised today in the best way, right? Always this or better. But that kind of energy, it really does, if you say those words out loud, you can feel it soften your muscles and your body. It opens your mind and it aligns you with possibility instead of fear. So when you're in this positive anticipation, you aren't gripping the outcome, you're allowing the outcome. In fact, you're eagerly anticipating that outcome. So it's kind of like you are rewriting all of those anxious what ifs. Because if you take those scared anxiety what ifs and reframe them, you can, instead of what if this goes wrong? You could be trying to reframe that to, what if it works out better than I expected? That feels so much better, right? Instead of, what if I'm not ready, or what if I don't know enough? Maybe try, what if I grow into exactly what this dream requires? Maybe instead of, what if I fail, you ask yourself, what if this leads me exactly where I'm meant to be? Right? It has nothing to do with toxic positivity. It's about giving equal energy and attention to positive expectations, right? These are possibilities that we would welcome into our life. And they're not fearful, they're actually eager. Eager anticipation is what makes us say yes to opportunities when they come our way. It makes us open to see synchronicities for what they are. It is an emotional shift. And when you shift into this positive expectation, you can feel subtle changes just in your physical body because your nervous system relaxes. I can tell you, when I am in an anxious state and those what ifs are going, I catch it and I will flip it to, what if it all works out? What if this is the path to that big dream I have? When I do that, I can feel my nervous system mellow out. Right? And then I can breathe again, and then I can take actions that are more aligned with that dream. It makes you more open to opportunities to say yes. And you also notice support where you might have missed it before. And by support, I mean, you may notice that there's someone in your circle and realize, why aren't I asking for help? They'd probably be happy to help. That energy changes everything, because when you are anticipating a positive outcome almost always walks right through your door. It may not look the same as what you were expecting, but we're releasing the outcome, right? We are open to the universe bringing us this or better. So we say yes when it happens. We let go of control, but we hold on to that end vision that all the opportunities that come to me today are going to lead me closer to the big dream. Right? Positive expectation doesn't mean you're going to control every detail. It means that we are going to be excited about every step along the journey. We trust that everything is unfolding for my highest good. It's more like, I don't know exactly how this will turn out, but I trust it's working for my highest good. That trust creates space for your manifestation to flow, for you to be in the flow of energy again. Because tension, it blocks the flow. Tension is where we get afraid. And we get afraid to say yes. And we get afraid of new opportunities. And we put our heels in and, no, I'm going to keep doing this even though it isn't working the way I wanted it to, right? Fear does that to us. So here's something that you can try today. Pick one area of your life where you know you're holding fear. It could be job, career, it could be money, it could be love, taking a chance on a relationship, it could be whether you are going to move. But ask yourself, instead of whatever your excuses are that are holding you back, try asking yourself, what if this goes right? What if it goes right? And then journal out all of these amazing things that could happen if this one thing goes right. Let your mind answer, let the answer expand, let it show you amazing possibilities. Don't put limits on it. No, this is like a brainstorming exercise. Ask yourself, what if this goes right? And then follow that path of joy to all the outcomes. Let it show you every possibility. And then just sit with that feeling. How do you feel? Even if it's just a flicker of hope, that feeling is your alignment. That is your positive anticipation. right? Feel how it feels, because when you can tap into that, when things get scary or when life gets messy and something comes up you weren't expecting, you can lean on that. You can make it an exercise. You can make it part of how you deal with those situations. Suddenly you go, I don't know how this is going to work out, but I know that it will for my highest good. Because you don't have to eliminate fear to be a good manifester. I have said many times how I struggle with anxiety. So there are times when I am fearful, and it's okay. I have still manifested so many amazing things. I'm so blessed and grateful every single day. But on high anxiety days, I deal with a lot of fear, like you probably do too. But I'm here to tell you that will not keep you from manifesting your best life. It won't. You can choose where you place your focus. You can choose the energy that you are going to return to. So next time your mind starts spinning into those what if worst case scenarios, take a breath. Remember this podcast and just ask yourself one question. Just ask, what if everything works out? What if everything goes right? Let that be your new starting point when all of that fear starts to come in. So just trust yourself and start practicing now, because when the big fear things come or the big chaos or surprises from life walks through your door, you will be practiced in allowing the fear and breathing through it, but then turning it on its head. What if everything is unfolding for my highest good? And here's a little secret. It always is.
Thanks for listening to the Metaphysical Manifesting Podcast with Lisa Kessler. If you have questions or comments, or if you'd like to work with Lisa to manifest your dreams, you can connect with her through her website at metaphysicalmanifesting.net. That's also where you can claim your free weekly tarot reading and manifesting tips. Make sure you subscribe or follow the Metaphysical Manifesting Podcast on your favorite podcasting site so you never miss another episode. As Lisa likes to say, we can make magic when we bring the universe into the equation. Remember, you don't have to do it alone. If you'd like more information about Lisa, Metaphysical Manifestation Mentorship, or the Manifesting Magic Mastermind, visit her website at metaphysicalmanifesting.net.